a second. See me when I look at this camera thing here. My beautiful truck. And you should be able to hear me talking. The music might be a bit loud though. Probably going to need you guys to give me some feedback in the chat when you start. I'm going to tab out for a sec. Yeah, I know I am. The point is so you can see fancy wheels, fancy shifter and stuff. Is that not what you want to see? Me being horrible with this? Fortunately, that's about as wide as the field of view gets without me trying to put it on a tripod farther away or something. I don't have right now. I mean, I can try moving this up here, but then you just need a corner of my best I can do is either bring it up a bit or down a bit like that. Not a whole lot going on, but you kind of get as much as you can do on here. I should sit where I'm going to sit. Probably about here. Up to that. To the side of my head. And the wheel. Yeah, I know. I just got this thing on the way home today. I don't even know where the hell I am. Oh, there's the following key to rest. Do I need to rest? No, I don't. I need to figure out where I am and what I'm doing. Look at this. My beautiful truck. Grab tons of upgrades. Car engine, all that fun stuff. Okay, I guess I shouldn't have just jumped straight into drive. I should be looking at job market. Great. So I am here. That's a hell of a drive. I have here. All right. Where are my buttons? Lights, high beamed, massive high beamed. Okay. This will be the first video with my new truck. The truck was like ridiculous amounts of power. That way. Now, this thing is ridiculously expensive to fix, so I'm not going to drive like a maniac anymore because it's absolutely freaking expensive. I basically lost money on my last run because I like flipped the truck, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to wow, since this. That is so much power. to now. And we're hooked up. There. That's okay. Off we go. We got a full tank of gas. We got a new job. Got the truck. I need some feedback. I turned the stream bandwidth and such down a little bit just because people are playing the Minecraft on my connection as well. So this video should be about a megabit instead of 2 like I was doing before. So the quality may not be the greatest. That said, the game itself is running pretty high res. I've got OBS going pretty good. Got your Twitch chat and webcam overlays going on here. So yeah. You should be able to see me drive truck like it's okay. You see the amount of work you have to do to change gears and such. Get this thing going. But yeah, the 750 horsepower engine. I have 23 tons of stuff on the back, according to the job that I picked up. And, you know, I'm pushing 100 kilometers an hour on this little road here, no problem. I could even get quite a bit faster. I'm pushing 110. I feel like I'm doing 110. Only in 11th gear, and I could conceivably even just go in 12th and cruise at lower RPM and not even really put my foot down. It's only about halfway down and still accelerating. Nice to have a really nice truck. Oh yeah, no, speeding fines doesn't really... I can either spot the camera, or if I don't, it's not really a big deal, so... It's more to do with just going too fast into corners and flipping the damn thing. Like this, and I'm gonna slow down for. Or, you know, getting stuck behind traffic like this guy coming up ahead. Still cruising along at over 100 though. My way. Looks like no. Accelerate 7th up these long ramps. A little bit. Off ramp anyhow. Interchange. Just a really long freeway drive, probably. Headlights on. Both gear, 111 kilometers an hour. Cut me off. Sure. For 120 kilometers an hour, it certainly doesn't feel like it. Not me. It is interesting to realize that, you know, driving a typical gasoline-powered car, when you let off the throttle and you're at a higher RPM, it will engine brake quite a bit because of the vacuum, just by pumping air through it. But a diesel doesn't do that so much. You have to actually use either transmission retarder or use the air brake kind of thing to manually kind of pump air in and try and slow it down. Otherwise, it'll just happily spin along with no fuel going into it, you know, with your foot off the throttle, so it'll just coast. So my normal reaction of letting off the throttle and trying to engine brake into corners doesn't really work because the truck just kind of keeps plowing ahead. I'd have to actively think about using the transmission retarder or the air brake here. Maybe pretty coast. More of the hills slowing me down than anything. House. Watching houses. Yep. Truck. Kind of trucking along, pulling 20 plus tons of stuff, doing 135 kilometers an hour around corners. Trying not to crash it, so I am actually being a little bit careful and letting off the gas and such when things look a little bit hairy, like right now. I actually have the brakes. Brake and retarder. Retarders for dealing with retards on the road. There's one thing that this game models pretty accurately. The road is full of some pretty bad drivers. Probably a part of that. I keep having to force myself to resist the urge to shoulder check because it ain't gonna do anything. Except, you know, look at some clothes or my bed behind me. $140, like it's nothing. on because it's freaking at 90, but it's at 60. Let's do 70. Camera, and I'm gonna build up all that speed again. Why talk? If I was going to really do truck properly, I'd get a second camera and have it on my feet in another little corner so you can watch all the footwork I have to do changing gears. But then I realized these big highway stretches, it would be pretty boring because you'd just be watching a foot all the way down on the accelerator, just back to the floor, which is a large chunk of what I do. This flow is a bit tight. Hours, this says. 11 virtual hours of driving left. This is a long drive. I may only do the one because I don't feel like staying up all night again. Driving the truck. Ooh. I don't like how much this is. Weird. Because there's so many freaking cars in my mirror. Brakes on touch. Off anyway. White car. In my lane. No, wait. No, I don't want to be in your lane. No, wait, I don't want to be in your lane. I've seen that happen for real. I mentioned it to some people before, but I do have a truck-related story from today. I was driving a real car into real work in the real morning, and there was a big semi-truck, no trailer on the back, and the words "student driver" emblazoned across the back. As you would expect for somebody learning to drive stick in the middle of rush hour on a Friday morning, there was a lot of shuddering and watching the whole thing vibrate and shake as they tried to ram it through the gears. And well, maybe gently course it through the gears and fail because it took a long time to change gears. And yeah, he ended up in front of me at first and pulled over into the right lane. And we all stopped in the middle of traffic waiting at a light on a slight uphill, ever so slight uphill. And I kind of knew in the back of my mind where this was going. And sure enough, light goes green, everybody starts to go. And as I pull away, I watch that poor truck just shudder and stall out completely. Like I couldn't get it going in first gear. And then I just had flashbacks to playing this damn truck game. And the night that I decided I wanted to take the Channel Tunnel and wasn't so sure if there was going to be any traffic coming out of the Channel Tunnel at the other end. And I stopped on the hill that comes out of the Channel Tunnel and could not get started again for like a good 15 minutes until I actually gave up and let the whole rig roll right back down to the train and get a good solid run at it. I kept stalling it over and over and over again, and yeah, I totally feel that dude's pain. It's not easy doing this. Once you get going, it's a bit easier, and especially in some of the weaker trucks. And I would assume that a student driver is probably going to get a really weak-ass truck to start with. I'm not going to give you some plush 750 horsepower monster like I'm driving here. And yeah, it's really hard to get started in first. Hell, even this thing's still hard to get started on a really steep hill. You have to so gently kind of feather the clutch in just the right spot. But if you're too aggressive with it, you end up just dropping the clutch and stalling the damn thing. And if you don't do it, then you roll back too far, and then you're trying to not just feather the clutch enough to hold the truck and get it started, but to counteract your backwards rolling motion and get going, which is even more impossible. So you're trying to, roll back down a hill and then throw it into first and get it to go when you've got 20 tons on the back or whatever. It's just, it ain't gonna happen, and you're gonna stall the damn thing out. You can probably keep rolling back once you your clutch down. So. That is my truck-related story for today, or at least from real life today. Mexico. Is that where you're from? Pretty cool, man. I'm from Canada, way up in Vancouver. Close enough to Vancouver. I'm pretty much on almost the opposite side, northwise, of the continent. And we're driving in Europe, which is a completely different continent on the other side of the world. At least a virtual Europe. Fortunately, though, no por habla español. Hablo? I'm really bad. Fortunately, in Canada, they don't really teach us Spanish. They teach us French for kind of an obvious reason, because French is one of the official languages. Unfortunately, I did not finish French because as soon as I got to high school, I was more interested in Japanese. And I didn't really finish Japanese through grade 12 because I had a bunch of other courses to do with computers and stuff that I took as well. So my Japanese is very rudimentary, mostly consists of swear words, and I cannot read kanji for the life of me because it is Chinese. It is actually imported Chinese into Japanese, and they assign different words to it. I kind of know some of the words. I know how to read hiragana and katakana, which are the phonetic alphabets that get used, but that's basically like preschool or kindergarten level if you're writing everything out in full hiragana. So that's the cars here. That's it. Kind of sharp corners. I'm gonna back this up. I shouldn't be passing everybody so fast. We got ourselves a combo. do find it interesting that they add these like funny sound breaker things and glass and such. I wonder how much of it, if you actually tried to find these roads on Google Maps, is actually there. Like this bridge. Look at this bridge we're coming over. Pretty and stuff. Oh, we're crossing something important. I don't even know where we are. Look. Oh yeah. Pretty sure we're crossing something important. We're crossing a river on a bridge, and it looks like we're crossing from Germany into... my flags suck. I want to say Poland. But won't actually go customs, just kind of drive through and stuff. Awesome. Fastest clearance ever. Pay for the Schenken. There's 90 and it splits open. I never understood what that sign meant. Oh, upcoming toll road. Right. Oh well. Lots of gear shifting. Not a whole lot to talk about on these big, long, empty roads. Almost empty roads. Not empty enough roads. Nicer if they were emptier. I kind of like night driving better in this game. Especially now that I have like the wall of doom when it comes to lights. I'm expecting one of these assholes to cut me off though. $110, the $130. That's not too bad. I should be able to navigate the corners then. This would be a whole lot different when I'm playing it with the Oculus. It'll look a whole lot stupider with what I'd be wearing on my head. That's if, you know, the whole thing with ZeniMax's lawsuit against Oculus VR, accusing John Carmack of stealing code or patents or some bullshit, or stealing patented things. I just hope that the DK2 comes out before some kind of horrible injunction or some bullshit gets slapped on them, and play with that and pretend that the eventual Facebook branded, slapped over, post everything to your wall bullshit version that's probably with the consumer version, I just won't care about. Something really, really amazing about it compared to even the DK2. Oh. This brakes on really hard. That's one thing. I have a 750 horsepower engine in this thing. I do not have the most amazing brakes. I have the transmission retarder, I have the air brakes, and I have whatever the hell passes for regular brakes on this thing, but not a whole lot else. You have to be good at using them all in concert. You have to actually stop before I let you enter. You can't just huck €43 out the window at him. I love this like traffic jam thing. Okay, it recovered eventually. I'm assuming the truck isn't trying to get all the way over, is he? Just put it wrong. Huh. Sometimes the AI is a little bit busted. Loads. Don't know. I need to get crossing 3 lanes of traffic. So I thought it was one of those intersections. Love how much this goes from. Oh, that sign. Oops. Oh well. Nobody saw that. What is this? Just so we can see the corner there. Fish the back guy. Semi. On. $5 and I bet the rest of it is all on these kinds of twirly, twisty side streets. An hour is probably. Every time I try passing people on here, something goes horribly wrong. This may be even more boring. Sit back and relax, I think. Really lazy truck drivers. The runs get really long. That's how I drive. Just cruising. we should be doing stuff. We did 75. That's. Yes. 38. Okay. Look at that. Right on cue. Rest stop up ahead. Assuming I've got time to do so. I have 22 hours remaining, but I've got to stop in the next hour. I think he's going to sleep for 20 odd hours, and I got a 4-hour drive left. Afternoon nap. Crazy price. The diesel price 98 cents or 98 euros. No. I don't know what the. Is it cents? Is it euro and cents? Euro and cents. Let's see. Anyway, that's what you do. Is you leave your trailer in an awkward spot. Go forward a little bit. And go sleep. Let's go sleep. Magic of time compression, we have slept. And just back up a bit. Picking up the trailer that nobody molested. Off we go. Full tank of gas. Good day's sleep. Inside here. Check this out. I don't think you get the majesty of this with all its lights. Of course, everybody flashes their hiding down here. Forever. Have a whiny cat being attention. By the door. Alright, 1 second. Let's let you out. One up. Come on. It's off. It's on. Off. It's on. I believe that is Cyrillic. I do not know any Cyrillic languages. I'm sorry, this is English. I'm Canadian. Driving through Eastern Europe, though, in a simulator. Got a 750 horsepower Volvo truck. Currently with a 23-ton load of wall panels. And on my way to Bordeaux. I don't know exactly where that is, but we're going there quickly. We should probably not go so quick. Especially because it's a chicane thing. Force to turn left out. Oh. Good. No, bad. Go, city. I think this is all I'm going to do for truck tonight, though, because it's fun, but I really don't have much to talk about or ramble about. And I was pretty excited to do my other thing with Galacticraft, one of my friends. If we can do some space and the space to we can go to the moon and then Mars, Galacticraft. There's a fair bit involved in doing that, so I may not stream it. I might stream it. But the point is, like, I may want to keep it more for local video for later, and everything. All of the I'm trying to park the damn thing again. That's it. Yeah. No. Well. That count? Great. What do you offer me? Ah. Not a single fine, not a single bit of damage. Oh, that. Almost. I think that's it for me for truck. This is so tiring. I can't handle it. I just drove like 2 hours, 3 hours today in my real car, so I think I'm good for tonight. I'm gonna switch over to Minecraft in probably a good 15 minutes or so, and I'm good. Okay. Stop the stream now. Back in a little bit.